Hello everyone, today we're going to have SSS and SAS congruence theorems. There are still other theorems that includes ASA, AAS, and HL congruence theorems. I will put the link of those videos in the description box below. But today we're going to have the SSS and the SAS. So SSS stands for side, side, side theorem. So whenever two triangles will have the same, their corresponding sides are congruent, then the whole triangle is also congruent. So in this case right here, this is an example of SSS because again, the tick marks would tell us that those are congruent. So S side, S second side, S third side. So SSS. And that is side, side, side theorem. So we go ahead and say triangle ABC is congruent to HKL. So we're matching them up. So this is HKL. So these letters cannot be switched around because these are corresponding angles. So these are corresponding angles. So the A corresponds to K. The B corresponds, no, the A corresponds to H, the B corresponds to K, and then the C corresponds to L. The next one right here is side, angle, side, which is SAS. Please remember that the angle here is an included angle. When we say included, the easiest word on that is in the middle. So this angle is in the middle of the two sides. So this is an included angle. So it's in the middle. So as you can see here, it's in the middle. So if we go into the pattern to this, that would be side, angle, side. So these are two tick marks. So they are congruent. This is the angle that are congruent, and this is the side that has one tick mark, and they are congruent. So side, angle, side. So if we have a KHL, therefore we go ahead and say MPT. So triangle KHL is congruent to triangle MPT by SAS. Now in some cases, in this setup that we have here, the triangles are set up like exactly the same. Now, most of the cases, one of the triangles are flipped around, they are rotated, but once we are able to spot an SSS, side, 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 and we're able to spot an SAS or side, angle, side, where the angle is included or in the middle, then we can conclude that they are congruent. Let's take some examples here. So let's take the first one right here. So we are given triangle CJI, so CJI. So as you can see here, others are going to say, oh, we only have one angle and we only have one side, but we need three sides or one angle, but then there's only one side that's congruent here. Now look at this very carefully. This side right here is shared by both angles. That means each of the angle will have the same side as this using reflexive property. This side would be congruent to both triangles. So from here, we can go ahead and say this is a side, this is an angle, and the side that is shared by both of them. So that is an SAS. So again, that is an angle. So this is the side, this is the angle, and the side that is shared by both of them. So SAS. So SAS. So we have CJI. Now look at this very carefully. So we start from C with one tick. So we look for the triangle across with one tick. So the one that has one tick is angle I. So this C and I are congruent. So I go ahead and say CJI. So I go from C, I jump into with one tick mark side. So CJI. So I go ahead on the other side would be I, one tick mark. So ITC. So that is ITC. So this is the congruent statement for this triangle. Now let's try the next one right here. So we have a side, we have an angle, and we have a side. Same thing here, side, angle, and a side. So this is an SAS. They're pretty much set up exactly alike. So that is TRW. So RW. So the matches are A, B, and C. So I go ahead and write triangle A, B, C. So this is read as triangle TRW is congruent to triangle ABC. Now let's take the third one here. Now others are going to think like, oh, there's no angle and there's no side, so we can't really complete it. Now look at this very carefully. Take note of this. This is shared by both of them. So both triangles, the one on the right is sharing the green side, and the one on the left is sharing the green side. The one on the right is sharing the green side. So both of them are sharing the same side. So we can go ahead and say this is S, S, and S. So the same thing, S, S, and S. So both triangles will have SSS. So that's SSS right there. That's another SSS right there. So we can therefore conclude that these two triangles are congruent by SSS theorem. So we go ahead and match them up. So that is XWY, XWY. So then it is XZY. So they're gonna go like X. These two are congruent. These are congruent. Okay. Now at this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try these problems out on your own. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, we go over this. So this one right here is shared by both of them in the middle. So this is an example of a side, side, and a side. So again, that's a side, side, and side. So this is SSS. And the corresponding angles would be, that's LUM. So that means it's RUM. So that is RUM. Did you get the same answer as this? Good, perfect. Now this time around, we have this next problem right here. Now these two are congruent. So these angles are congruent because they are again called vertical angles. Again, there is another video for this that talks about vertical angle. You can go back to that video and see how vertical angles are, well, the properties of vertical angles. So therefore, we can go ahead and say this is side, angle, and a side. It's the same thing for this, side, angle, and a side. So this is an SAS. Now it says BAR. So how do we set up the triangle on the other side so that the angles are corresponding? So that would be B, A, and R. So we go ahead and say L, K, and R. So that is L, K, and R. Okay, let's move on to the last one here. By the way, did you get the same answer as this? Good, perfect. Let's have the last one here. Again, the the third side that is shared by both of them is the one in the middle. So therefore, we can go ahead and say this is a side and another matching side right there. That's another side. That's another side. That's a match. And that's a third side that is shared by both of them. So this is an SSS. Now, we say that that is FAW. So we start from F in the corner, and then we go through the third tick marks. So I start from K, I go to the 3 tick marks. So that would be K, W, A. So these two triangles are congruent. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. If you find this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!